Greetings, everyone. This is Hip Rock here, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Okay, so we're doing another audio video today. I know I keep touching on this topic, but I keep getting, what's the word? I keep getting ideas and, um, you know, ideas just keep coming to me. So today we're going to be talking about the AI revolution slash takeover and 12 inventions that were initially condemned when they were introduced as new technology. And we're briefly going to talk about Tyga's, what's it called? Starface album that was given a 0 by Pitchfork, and some other stuff we're going to touch on. I just want to say that I'm not saying that I support AI or anything like that. I just recognize that with everything that's ever been invented, we initially are against it, and then eventually we assimilate. That's just how it works. We evolve, we adapt, It's adapt or be extinct. That's just how it is. If you don't adapt, then you won't be able to keep up. Artists are going to have to adapt to AI. Artists are going to have to work harder. Artists are going to have to find creative ways to survive. I don't know how that's going to look because AI is going to be able to outsmart humans, but we will see. I'm not talking about robots shooting people. I'm just talking about man versus AI in terms of creativity. I don't think AI can completely beat us because there's certain things it just can't do. But, we're human, and that's what makes us special. But let's get into the video. I'm talking too much. So first of all, I read an article, and it was talking about Brian May from the band Queen. And in the article, it stated that there's an artist, I don't know if you guys know her. Her name is Linda Perry. She's of Four Non-Blondes, that band. I don't know if you've heard of them. I think there's a song, they made a song that was famous in the 90s called What's Going On. I remember it. There was a video for that. She supports AI. And paraphrasing, she said AI is just another tool that has shown up to make people's life easier in some way, like the microwave. Also paraphrasing, Brian May argued that society does not need AI and warned against building data centers in the UK. So I should also mention, I did say in a previous video, the one about Tyler, that Tyga made an album called Starface, and Pitchfork, they were quite, what's the word? They weren't too impressed by the fact that he used AI. The album was made by AI. And they gave the album a 0 rating, and he wasn't too happy about that. Now, as I've said, AI music and art will be accepted as art in future. There's nothing we can do, Auto-tune faced heavy criticism when it shifted from a subtle studio fix to an overused creative effect. Traditional artists argued that heavy pitch correction was a form of cheating that ruined the rawness of real singing talent. The criticism of auto-tune and the resistance eventually faded as major cultural figures, such as, when I say cultural figures, I mean musicians like T-Pain, embraced the robotic aesthetic, turning not just T-Pain, but also Kanye West, turning auto-tune, what am I trying to say? Turning a heavily criticized gimmick, the use of autotune, into a foundational sound of modern pop and hip hop. So artists like T-Pain, Kanye West, they made it an everyday thing. Artists use auto-tune. They're artists who've made careers off auto-tune, and people are okay with that now, you know? So mark my words, someone is going to make a great AI album or a great AI piece of art in future, and it's going to change everything. There's also going to be AI music playing on the radio, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Artists will have to make better albums, and there's no room for filler on albums anymore. You know? Before I end this video, let me prove my point by stating some inventions that were also condemned at first, but eventually were accepted. This is the good part. The Wright brothers, they invented the airplane, if you've heard of them. People thought flying was a crazy idea. You know, to them it was just a dream. The telephone. Businesses called Alexander Graham Bell's device a toy with no future. The automobile, in other words, cars. Critics viewed them as noisy, dangerous, and arrogant. Antiseptic surgery / hand washing. Early germ theory pioneers were ridiculed for medical professionals who refused to believe invisible particles caused infections. Okay. And the personal computer. Industry leaders like Ken Olsen of Digital Equipment Corporation claimed in 1977 that there was no reason for an individual to have a computer in their home. Okay, I'm using a computer right now. You're probably using a computer right now. You're not using a potato. So this is going to happen. AI, we're going to be using it like the microwave, like the cell phone. It's going to happen. The light bulb. Established gas lighting companies and even prominent scientists dismiss electric illumination as a dangerous fad. The television. All right, hold on. The television. Critics argued it would destroy family bonds and that people would quickly tire from staring at it every night. The calculator now is another invention. Teachers and professionals initially claimed handheld calculators would rot human brains and ruin basic math skills. We all use calculators. Calculators are used in exams. So I remember that one. I remember when the calculator was out, people were against it. And now we use calculators all the time. There's a calculator on my phone. Email. Early office workers rejected digital messaging as cold, impersonal, and a waste of time compared to paper memos. The refrigerator. Early consumers feared mechanical food coolers would poison food with toxic chemicals or alter taste unnaturally. The fork. When first introduced to Europe from the Middle East, church officials and locals condemned it as artificial and an insult to God who had provided fingers. Can you believe that? The fork, of all things. And how is the fork an insult to God? I don't even know. We all use forks to eat. Everyone at one point in their life has used a fork, unless, I don't know, man. Unless you're a bushman, something like that. I don't know. We all use forks, though. Those people who live in cities and eat food, we use forks. And the last invention I'm going to mention, the umbrella. Early users in Britain were pelted with garbage and mocked by coach drivers who viewed the personal rain shield as weak and very effeminate. So for those of you who go around when it's raining outside, there was a point where people were against umbrellas and they help you in the rain. So there you go. There you have it. 12 inventions that were initially condemned, but now they're part of our everyday life. That's how technology works. We create tools and eventually we just accept them. AI is here to stay. I'm not saying I'm okay with it, but we're gonna be okay with it. There's nothing we can do. It's too late. You know, someone should have nipped it in the bud before anyone did anything, but we didn't do anything, so it's going to happen now. There's nothing we can do. Just like there's certain people in power, we could have prevented certain people from being in power, but now they're in power and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And that's the thing. People always wait till it's too late to want to do something, and we need to learn from our mistakes to nip things in the bud before they get out of hand. Okay? I don't want to say too much, I'll leave it at that. But with all that being said, thank you for listening to this audio today. I've talked long enough. Another rant from me. Please stay tuned for more videos from me. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. AI, the future. I don't know. So anyone can make music now. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Thank you for listening. You know how I do. You know what it is. This is hip rock. No, peace and love. I ruined my own outro. You know what it is. This is hip rock signing out. Peace. Did I say intro or outro? I don't even know what I said. Goodbye.